皆さん、こんばんはでございます。いやー、来ましたね。今シーズンも、プレーオフの時期がやってまいりました。ちょっとね、ツイートするから待ってね。まあ、なんやかんや、組み合わせを見ていただくとわかるんですけれども、今シーズンも、デトロイトと戦います、プレーオフで。こればっかりは避けらんないんですよね。結局、ここを超えないで、スーパーボールに行けるっていうのはこの3シーズンぐらいかな、多分。わかんないけどないとは思います。でね、レギュラーシーズンでケチョンケチョンにされたからね、俺は相当根に持ってる。なんか悔しい、めちゃめちゃ悔しかったし、なんかなんだろうね、もう本当にね、根に持ってるっていう言葉が一番ぴったりだと思う。っていうぐらい悔しかったんで、今日はね頑張っていきたいと思います。で、うちとしては、まあ、OVR はね、うちも多分この手探りーグが始まってからここまでで一番チーム力が仕上がっているはずなので、もう言い訳は聞かないですね。マジで。で、怪我人もいない。で、向こうが、まあ、怪我人が、レシーバーとかに結構怪我人が出たりとか、で結構、まあ、向こうはちょっと怪我状況的にはきつそうだなみたいなところもあって、なんでより勝ちたいんですが、まあね、でもね、誰誰怪我してるけど。あ、見れるのか。まあ多分そんないてもいなくても良かった選手でしょう、きっと。なんで、ここら辺が怪我してるところをうまくつける戦略を取れるところまで行きたいっていう感じですね。で、ちょっとビバコルさんはお仕事の都合でプレーオフの試合ができないので、もうラムズがカンファレンスチャンピオンシップへの進出を決めております。で、ボルティモア・ヒューストンは明日の試合だということなので、なんとかね、復習したいね。復習で復習。いや、だからね、本当にね、めっちゃナーバスな状態で今日一日を過ごし、本当に私は勝てるのだろうかっていう、本当に不安のまま今日を迎えていますが、結局レギュラーシーズンの勝敗が、うちが上にはなってるんですけど、まあね、なんか、いろいろと、なんか、2回目の直接対決が、ちょっと、周防さんが、ちょっと風邪をひいてしまったとか、で、なんだか CPU 戦でなんか CPU 戦に記者の間になってしまってたりとか、俺が見てない間にですけど、とか、まあ、いろいろあったりとかするんで、まあ、本当にね、こうね、やられるって思って戦います。やられないように頑張りたいですね。一応ね、3連覇がかかってるからね。うちはちょっとちなみにプレーオフ用に若干シフトしていて、いつもと少しだけフォーメーションのだったり、人の使い方が若干違いますね。まあ、そんなもんで、あとはあんまり、よし。まあ、行きましょうか。まあ、うちがな、本当にオフェンスが、どれだけ俺が頑張れるかみたいなところはある。このシーズンずーっとオフェンスの調子が悪くて、もうずっとこれなんか、ずーっと動画で言ってる気がするんですけど、ずーっとオフェンスの調子が悪くて、 ずっとインターされ続けるみたいななかなか本当にないんですよ。今まで多分インター1桁みたいなシーズン通してとかっていう年もあるぐらいの中、多分本当に20ちょっとぐらい、20何歩とかしてる。あと僕はちょっと今日あんまり喋らないかもしれないですが、まあそこはドンマイってことでみんなでちょっと盛り上がりを補っていただいて。We got a great one in store as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. これだけこの坂にしとくか。オッケー、偉すぎ。ナイス。And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. だいぶオーディブルかけてたな。Because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Back to throw. Okay, よく捕まえた。はいはいはい。And now it's 3rd and 3. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly. And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. 早速アンチが湧いておるの。Can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up. Over the middle, complete. That's Jackson. And he is going to have the Lions first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert. Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. おいしょ。ああ、嘘だろ。取ったでしょ今。ああ。マジで言ってんの？And it'll be 2nd down. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here. And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game. Okay, nice. よく捕まえた。Here comes 3rd down and 7. Looking to throw. ああ、なるほどね。はいよ。これなんか前の試合でもやられた気がする。なんかあのフォーメーションって微妙にマンツーなんかずれてるんですよね。
such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Finds Gibbs on a check down.
危ねえ、ナイス。いやー、配信が止まってたから、こっちに気を取られちゃった。危ない。
He can be such a weapon for them when they utilize him this way.
And partner, you know I'm a veteran, right? In other words, that means a little bit older. Back in my day, we used to call a guy like this a workhorse, except he carried the ball all the time. Now they get it to him a variety of ways, but you're right, they want to run their offense through him.
OK、偉い。なんかうちの RO、うちの OLB の X ワクターの子になんか4つ目のスキルがインサイドスタッフがついて、正直いらねえなって思ってたんですけど、今聞いてましたね。それは意外。
Second and 9. He'll look to throw.
ああ、取れないのかい。取ったろう、確実に今。クソが。
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw.
やばい、ミスった。
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
これはしょうがないな。
20-yard touchdown. And the Lions are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
Here we go, set. Strike, check, strike.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
早いね、ジョナテ。ナイス。
We often poke a little fun at running backs past the age of 30. Oh, they're getting old, they can't run anymore. What he's showing, past the age of 30, you can still have some nice runs like that.
You certainly can, and I think that we're starting to expand our definition of old running back. Because it used to be as soon as they hit 30, we want to get rid of these guys and go to the younger guys. But now that the guys are taking such great care of themselves, as you pointed out, you can still get explosive runs at any age. Ultra, go ultra. Hey, go steal.
Ritter fires quickly out wide.
あら、うちのタイトエンド2番手怪我する。悲しい。
How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here we go. Second down and 8.
Hey, go Fury.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
OK、ナイスジョナテ。
20 down to the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown.
おし。あー、キープ。
43 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own.
ずっとレギュラーシーズンは育成の関係でほぼ試合に出てない男だったので、ここからプレーオフで一気に活躍してもらうと。
Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now back to throw.
うわ、届かない。惜しい。
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards, the final tally. From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
ミスった。ナイス。いや、よく止めた。トラップだったら中央来いよ。
He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run with Gibbs.
あー、偉い。あー、偉い。よく止めた。
Right at the 5-yard
あー、強い。
line. Give them 2 on the play.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll go again with
Okay, Tomari. Thank you.
This one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try and run it.
OK、トマリー、ナイス。ありがとう。
Push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you...
OK。 カバー3。
That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
I know at retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to Taylor on first down. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Again, it's Taylor.
Oui, mais c'est.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 102 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson. And they'll have it in the
多分いろいろ
before he crosses
オ
over.
ーディブルでいじってるから
Another nice gain, 13 yards that
フリ
time,
ップした時にすぐ対応できないんだ
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor.
おーいしょ
Solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Line of scrimmage, the 9. 2nd and about a yard. They go back to the ground.
おーい頑張れ
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. CD, put on your OC cap here. What do you do? 2nd and 1, you get stuffed. Now 3rd and 1.
You know, in the old days, I would have said we're going to line up and we're going to run the same darn play and we're going to get it right. But nowadays, as tough as defenses are, I want some mobility. I want some movement, putting the ball in the hands of my quarterback and giving him a run-pass option.
They'll try and run for the first with 10.
うわインチ残ってる
Surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This just a 24-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Out of the gun.
はい、ナイス。前回と違ってね、こいつがいるから結構中のディフェンスきつめで大丈夫。
They should have done it on that snap.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll drop to throw.
OK、ナイス。ああ、ルーキーの OLB がいきそうだ。怪我で。
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
OK、止まり。
Left side and he's got a man. That's Gibbs. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to
これは生かしていいやつ。
he stopped at the 48. Here comes the Lions punter now. As he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's
みんなさ、こんな他のどのチームも X ファクターのさ、いるじゃないですか、こう優秀なランニングバック。こんなに強いの
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 120 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
一生これで攻める嘘だけど。
Barber on 1st and 10. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
非常に地味な試合展開になってまいりました。前半はこれで2周間なので。
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they
一
do
回
it
次にし
anyway.
ちゃいましょう。
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. From the 43, here's 2nd and 5. The give to Taylor. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Under there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Well, now they'll try the end around.
危ねえ危ねえ今ガッチリ引っかかりそうだったユーザー操作。
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
タイムアウトを取ってくれるならありがたいか。